balls. Today, our players will compete to roll down these big money cash lanes. The nearer they roll to the edge, the more money they earn. Stop their ball on the edge and they'll get thousands, but go over and they get nothing. Let's meet the players who today are going to push themselves to the edge.
I'm Peter. I'm a warehouse operative from the Forest of Dean, and I've been to over 35 countries.
I'm Nigel. I'm from Brixton. I'm an engineering graduate and I work for the rail network.
I'm Amy from Selby in North Yorkshire. I'm a trainee solicitor and fitness fanatic.
I'm Trish from Skegness. I'm retired and I like to celebrate my birthdays by doing daredevil things.
Welcome to you all and very best of luck. In a moment, you'll each take to the lanes to roll for big money. The ball you need is trapped in your podium. I'm going to ask some questions, buzz in with the correct answer, and you'll bring your ball up towards you. Once you've freed your ball, you'll roll down the shortest lane available. The shorter the lane, the bigger the edge and the better the odds of banking big money. So do well on these questions to give yourself the best advantage on the lanes. 3 correct answers will release your ball. If everyone is ready, fingers on buzzers. If I were visiting the Pompidou Centre, in which European capital city, Trish?
Paris.
Would I be? Paris, correct. In 1971, which British comedian had a UK Christmas #1 with Ernie the Fastest Milkman? Peter.
Benny Hill.
The Fastest Milkman in the West, correct. Are you a fan?
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I still watch him. It still makes me cry now.
What is the total number of sides on 7 pentagons? Peter.
49.
Incorrect. It's 35.
5.
You're frozen out.
Sorry.
Next question. Holden Caulfield is the main character in which 1951 novel by J.D. Salinger? Trish.
Catcher in the Rye.
Correct. One more correct answer from you, Trish, and you'll be rolling first on the green lane. At Glastonbury 2015, which headlining rapper called himself Nigel?
Kanye West.
He didn't call himself Nigel, of course. He did call himself the greatest living rock star on the planet. You're correct. It's Kanye West.
Yeah.
Well interrupted at that point, Nigel.
Thank you.
In international football, which country do the Socceroos represent? Peter.
South Africa.
Incorrect. It's Australia. Roos. Kangaroo.
Yeah, roos.
Yeah. You're frozen out of the next
I'm an
question.
idiot.
Nigel, got to get to that buzzer a bit quicker. You knew that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah.
The apparatus used in the treatment of polio is an iron what? Trish.
Lung.
Correct. And you've released your ball. You're rolling first on the green lane. Well done, Trish.
Thank you.
You got off the mark there. You were flying.
We'll see.
Obviously feeling very confident there at the podium. I wonder how confident you are on the lanes. Well, hit the edge in this round, and it's worth £1,500. You'll each have 1 roll to earn as much as you can. Whoever earns the least is leaving us. Trish, you've got yourself the shortest lane with the biggest edge. Chance to bag some big money here for you. How did you do on the shorter lanes in practice?
In practice, this was probably my best lane.
OK, so you've got the best lane for you.
We'll see.
OK, Trish, let's roll.
Good afternoon. Daredevil Trish from Skegness claims a green lane for her first roll. Can she make it count?
It's a steady roll. It's smooth and it's heading up towards the big figures. It scores you, Trish, £900. You've got quite a poker face, you, Trish, haven't you? You must be happy with that.
You know, a little more push, but then again, if I toppled over the edge, it would be no good.
Well, let's just see. I think it's a pretty good start, Trish.
Thank you.
3 lanes still up for grabs, and we've reset the podiums. Fingers on buzzers. Which Prime Minister made the famous "We shall fight on the beaches"? Peter.
Winston Churchill.
The famous "We shall fight on the beaches" speech. You are correct. Who is the lead singer of The Who? Peter.
Roger Daltrey.
Correct. You just need 1 more correct answer, Peter, to release your ball, and you'd be rolling next on the blue lane. What name is given to the area at both ends of an American football pitch in which the ball must... Nigel?
The field. The field goal.
No, I'm afraid that's
The end zone.
incorrect. It is the end zone where the ball must reach to have a touchdown.
Bad luck.
You're frozen out of the next question. Which composer wrote the 4 operas that are collectively known as the Ring? Peter?
Vivaldi.
Incorrect. It's the ring cycle. It's Wagner. You're frozen out of the next question. Nigel, you're back in. The ancient Olympics were staged to honour which Greek god? Nigel.
Zeus?
Correct. What lines from a Walt Whitman poem are famously shouted by boys standing on desks in the film Dead Poets Society? Peter.
Seize the day.
Incorrect. Oh, Captain, my captain, you're frozen out of the next question. What W is a unit of measurement in electronics? Nigel.
Watts?
Correct. A measurement of electronics often found on the rating of light bulbs. Nigel, you also need one more correct answer to release your ball. What is 40% of 3,200? Peter.
128.
No, you needed an extra naught.
Oh,
It's 1,280. It's incorrect answer, and you're frozen out of the next question. Nigel, if you get this right, you release your ball and you'll roll next on the blue lane. Which Roald Dahl novel features large versions of a centipede, an earthworm, and a spider? Amy.
James and the Giant Peach.
Correct. How many Emirates make up the United Arab Emirates? Peter.
7.
Correct, it is 7. You're rolling next on the blue lane. Peter, your travel, did that take you to the UAE?
Not yet, but it's on our list.
OK, you know how many Emirates there are there, though?
Yeah, I always study the places I want to go, so sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't.
Well, quite a bit of knowledge stuck there. There were a few guesses on things that weren't quite right, but you are here on the blue lane, and to guarantee your place in the next round, you'll need to roll £950 or more. But get it on the edge here, and you'll earn £1,500.
Very nice.
So, Peter, where are you going to aim for on the blue lane?
Well, 1,000 at least.
OK, you want to eclipse Trish's 900.
If I can.
Shall we see if you can do it?
I'll try.
Let's roll.
Thank you.
Peter from the Forest of Dean, looking to hit the high figures early in the game.
Steady, it's smooth, but it's going to stop
rubbish.
on £650.
Not bad.
You all right with that?
No, but I have to be.
Well, what it does do is it puts you, Trish, through to the next round. Peter, we have to wait and see now. Only 2 lanes left. Whichever one of you releases your ball next will be rolling on the yellow lane. The other will be rolling on the red lane. Fingers on buzzers. In plants, what L is the common name for a usually flat green outgrowth from the stem? Amy.
Leaf.
Correct. On the white keys of a piano, which note lies in between F and Nigel?
G?
Correct. The Enid Blyton characters Julian, Dick and George and Timmy are collectively known as what? Amy.
Famous Five.
Correct. One more correct answer from you, Amy, and you'll be rolling next on the yellow lane. Which country and western star is Miley Cyrus's godmother? Amy.
Dolly Parton.
Correct! You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Nigel, you're left with the red lane. Amy, was that divine intervention there or an absolutely fantastic guess?
Well, either way, I'm going to be buying Dolly Parton's next album as soon as I get home.
It was a really, really good answer, and it's got you here in the yellow lane. To guarantee your place in the next round, you need £700 or more. From where you're standing and what you did in practice, is that going to be possible?
It was very hit and miss in practice, so it could go either way.
OK, let's see how you get on. If you're ready, let's roll.
On the yellow lane, fitness fanatic Amy, looking to post a high score.
Looks a bit tentative, but it is going to hit the cash zones, and it's moving up the cash zones. It's a deceptively good roll, and it finishes on £1,000! How did you do that? That ball didn't even look at one point like it was getting on the cash zones. Have you got some magic technique you want to share with us?
I think it's Dolly Parton.
So, Amy, that £1,000 guarantees that you're going through to the next round. And it's Peter who's sweating a little bit now. He's waiting on Nigel's roll. There in the red lane, it's the longest lane, and it's always, I think, a shock when you turn up at the red lane, isn't it, Nigel?
Well, I was expecting it, if I'm honest with you, so I'm not really that shocked, but yeah.
You need £700 or more to guarantee your place in the next round. You're going to need a fairly hefty roll there, Nigel, to get up the board.
Yep.
Think you've got the technique?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Okay,
I can
let's
do it.
see. If you're ready, let's roll.
Left with the red lane, engineering graduate Nigel has a target of £650. It's a huge lob down the lane.
It's big. Oh. Oh, Nigel! It's gone off the edge, which means you score nothing. Bit of a chuck, bit of a lob there.
Yeah, I had to go for it. I was trying to get to the edge.
So, at the end of those rolls, Trish, you have £900. Peter, you have £650. Amy, you have £1,000. Nigel, you have nothing. So, Trish, Amy and Peter, you're through to the next round. Please return to your podiums. So, unfortunately, Nigel, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing. It was a bit of a do-or-die roll for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I just had to go for it. That's the kind of person I am, all or nothing.
Well, you're going out in a blaze of glory there.
Yeah.
Sadly, we didn't get to know you a bit better, Nigel, but thanks for playing. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Trish, Amy and Peter. You've made it through to the next round. Peter,
Yes.
35 countries you've travelled to.
Yes.
Where stands out the most for you?
That's the number of places. I mean, I could do a list, but my favourite is probably the Nile cruise or the Yangtze cruise, the Yangtze rivers. They were fantastic.
You like seeing places by boat, though?
Well, we did a 3-week tour of China, but we took a Yangtze cruise in that, and that was fantastic. That was...
Brilliant.
China is so much. I mean, we did a 4-hour internal flight and still in China.
Huge country. Amy, you are a fitness fanatic. What does that involve? What kind of training do you do?
I'm in training at the moment for the York Marathon.
So it's mainly running that you're doing at the moment. You're pounding the streets.
Yeah, well, I do go to the gym about 4 times a week as well because I prefer the classes to endless running. It does get boring after a while.
How do you keep your mind busy on those long runs?
I make my to-do list for work the next day, my shopping list in my head as well as I go.
How do you remember them when you get back home?
The only good thing is I've got very good memory, so I can usually remember these things.
Well, we'll see how your memory works over the next round. And Trish, so these daredevil activities, what kind of things have you done on your birthdays?
On my 40th, I was diving with sharks in the Indian Ocean.
Fantastic.
My 60th, I was dropping out of the sky over New Zealand. I missed out the 50th, didn't I? That was the most daredevil thing ever. I got married.
Oh!
It wasn't just an ordinary marriage, it was in a helicopter.
You got married in a helicopter?
Over the night sky of the Las Vegas Strip.
And did you join the mile? No, I'm sorry, that's an obvious question.
Not with witnesses, no.
Your next big birthday, I think, is looming, is it?
70th, next.
On the horizon. So what have you got planned for that one?
Well, I have one thing planned, which is bobsleigh. However, my husband has something else planned, and that's wing walking. I think he wants to kill me. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a few years on yet.
Wow, Trish, great stuff. Plenty more daredevil activities to come, no doubt. Well, the money you earned is added to your personal bank. So, Trish, you have £900, Amy, you have £1,000, and Peter, you have £650. But only one of you can reach today's final and play for that money. Round 2. And we're shutting down the shortest lane. And now we're introducing danger zones, meaning any of the cash zones from £100 all the way up to £1,300 could become a danger zone. If that happens, its value drops to 0. How many danger zones you face depends on how well you do on the questions. Release your ball first, and not only will you take the shortest lane with the biggest edge, but also no danger zones. This time you'll need to answer 4 questions correctly to release your ball, so fingers on buzzers. Donovan, the Beatles and Coldplay have all had UK top 40 singles with which colour in the titles? Amy?
Yellow.
Correct. What name is given to the street that runs through the heart of Edinburgh's Old Town from the city's castle to the Palace of Holyrood? Amy?
Royal Mile.
Correct, to the Palace of Holyrood House. On the periodic table, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium are collectively known as what metals? Trish?
Oh, noble gases?
Incorrect, alkali. Which former French Open tennis champion presents a question of sport? Peter.
Chewbacca.
Correct. You're back in the game, Trish. What is the last name of the singer who is the subject of the 2015 documentary film Amy? Amy.
Winehouse.
Correct. One more correct answer from you and you'll release your ball next. On which British golf course was the World Match Play Championship originally held? Peter?
St Andrews.
Incorrect. It's Wentworth. You're frozen out of the next question. The musical featuring the character Tevi and his daughters is titled Fiddler on the what? Trish?
Ruth.
Correct. What F is the popular name for the part of the elbow where the ulnar nerve... Peter?
The funny bone.
Correct. Where the ulnar nerve passes that causes a peculiar sensation when struck. Which girl band had UK #1 singles with the songs Cannonball, Wings and Black Magic? Amy?
Little Mix.
Correct. You've released your ball. You'll be rolling first on the blue lane. The pop music questions in that round seem to help, Amy.
Who knew I knew so much about pop music?
Did you not think that was your specialist subject before
I
today?
didn't. I must listen to a lot more radio than I think.
Well, your general knowledge has, of course, won you the biggest edge and no danger zones. So get your ball on the edge in this round, and it's worth £2,000. You each have 2 rolls, which will be added together. Whoever earns the least is leaving us. So, a different lane, a different experience here, Amy. What are you hoping for on the blue lane?
I'm hoping not to go off the edge. That happened a lot in practice, so this lane wasn't the best one for me at all.
But you got £1,000 on the yellow lane.
It's true. Hopefully I can play this one a little bit safer and stay in the game, hopefully.
Are you ready, Amy?
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Can Amy adjust from the yellow to the shorter blue lane and hit the high figures again?
Oh, not much weight behind that, Amy. It's creeping up to £400. Are you a bit worried about going over the edge there,
Yeah,
Amy?
I played it a bit too safe on that one, I think.
You did. Well, Amy, you still have another roll in this round. There are 2 lanes left. We've reset the podiums, so whichever one of you releases your ball next will roll on the yellow lane. The other will be left with the red lane. Fingers on buzzers. Which Scottish town is famous for its Persian-style patterned silk shawls? Trish?
Paisley.
Correct. Which Oscar-nominated film starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman was adapted from a short story by Stephen King? Trish?
Shawshank Redemption.
Correct. You didn't seem quite so sure when you delivered that.
Very good.
In which modern-day country was the mathematician Pythagoras born? Peter?
Greece.
Correct. You've been there, haven't you?
Yes.
Which song by the Human League opens with the lyrics, "You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you"? Trish?
Don't you love me, baby?
Incorrect, it's close. It's "Don't You Want Me."
Oh,
Oh, very bad luck.
You're frozen out of the next question, though, Trish. Which British ship, subject of a 1962 film, is best remembered for a mutiny in 1789? Peter?
The Bounty.
Correct. Who broke the iconic hour record by cycling a distance of 33.88 miles at the Lee Valley? Peter?
Bradley Wiggins.
Correct, at the Lee Valley Velo Park in June 2015. You need one more correct answer, Peter, to release your ball. Trondheim and Bergen are cities in which European country? Trish?
Norway.
Correct. You also now need one more correct answer to release your ball. What does the E in email stand for? Trish?
Electronic.
Correct, and you've released your ball. You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Peter, you've been left with the red lane. So, Trish, a late flurry of questions there meant you pipped Peter to get the yellow lane.
Just got in before him.
Now, Trish, you're going to face one danger zone. Before you roll, we need to find out where that will be. It's moving up and down the lane, and it'll stop when you press that button there. Good luck. So, Trish, your danger zone is on £950. That is now replaced with 0. Land on that and you get nothing. Where will you aim for?
Well, to be honest, from here I can't even read what's up there, but as long as it's,
Well,
it's
I
not
can-
on the flashy
I'll
bit
tell you-
there and the flashy bit there, I'll be all right.
Well, the flashy bit at the end you want, because that, of course, is the edge, and that's £2,000. The next flashy bit is your danger zone. The bits in between are four-figure sums, Trish. So they're quite good to land on. You want £1,000, yeah?
Well, we'll have a go. We'll have a go to get the far end.
OK, let's see how you get on, Trish. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Aiming for between the flashy bits. Trish really is a daredevil.
Smooth. It's fast, it's big. Oh, it's going to slow down at the right time, though. Is it going to stay on the edge? No! It's over the edge, Trish. So that roll scores you nothing. Looked like one of those rolls that could have slowed down. It looked a bit deceptive.
It goes so quickly.
So, Peter, you're down there with the red lane,
Yeah.
and you have 2 danger zones to face.
OK.
So before you roll, we need to find out where those danger zones will be. They're going to move up and down your lane, and they will stop when you hit that button there. Best of luck. Quick off the mark. £500 and £850 have gone now from your lanes, replaced with 0. Are they in the kind of position you were hoping for,
I didn't
Peter?
want them anyway, so go for it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Facing double danger zones.
Come on, baby.
Quick kiss there from Peter.
Go, baby, go. Come on. Come on.
Plenty of encouragement.
Come on, baby. He's reached
It's
the
a
money.
bit light. It's a bit light. It's going to stop on £350.
It's something.
In spite of the pep talk to the ball, calling it baby and caressing it, it's not done much for you, has it?
I've never been a good talker.
OK, before everyone rolls again, let's look at what you've earned so far. Amy, you have £400. Trish, you have nothing. And Peter, you have £350. Amy, you need a big roll here, because that's not the kind of cushion that one can relax on, is it?
Definitely not, no. I need to bring out my A game for this one.
OK. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's roll.
Feels like Amy is beginning to find her pace. She knows this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Smooth. It's moving up. The cash zone's heading towards 1,000. It's eclipsed it. It's moved on beyond that, and it's hit the edge! That roll is worth £2,000. Added to your first roll gives you a total of £2,400. Whatever anyone else does now, Amy, you are going through. You've taken care of your own destiny. Trish, you've got to roll more than Peter's current total. You need to be on £400 or more to stay in the game. Your danger zone is staying where it is, on £950. Where are you going to aim for, Trish?
Somewhere in the yellow bit.
OK. It's all quite yellow, Trish.
True. I'll do what I can.
OK. Best of luck. Let's roll.
The amazing roll by Amy has made this a straight contest between Peter and Trish.
It's definitely got more pace than your last roll. It's moving up the cash zones. And it's on £800. Added to your first roll gives you a total of £800. It's double what you needed to stay in the game. You're still here, Trish. You live to fight another day, for now. Peter,
Yes.
if you just repeated what you did in the first roll, Trish goes through. It's bye-bye, Peter. You need something bigger. And you've still got 2 danger zones, Peter.
Yes.
You've still got a danger zone on 500 and on 850. Where are you going to aim for now?
The edge.
Oh, we like that. We've had one edge already in this round. Amy's shown the way. Can you follow?
I'll try my best.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Thank you.
It's all in Peter's hands now.
Come on, baby.
Trish looks concerned.
Got more weight. It's heading up there. Is it going to be enough, though? Is it? Is it? It doesn't look like it is. It's 250 added to your first roll. Gives you a total of £600. You're in control of your destiny there, Peter.
Yes.
And it just wasn't enough.
My arms just went limp.
Oh. So, with the 2 rolls added together, Amy, you have £2,400, and Trish, you have £800, but Peter, you have £600, which means Amy and Trish, you're going through to the next round. Please return to your podiums.
Well done. Well done.
Well, unfortunately, Peter, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing, but you'll be sailing off somewhere exotic very soon, no doubt.
Oh, yes.
Where's next on the agenda?
Caribbean, Jamaica, Cuba, Mexico as well. We're all doing it in one.
Sound fantastic.
Oh, it will be.
Peter, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
playing today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Congratulations, Amy and Trish. You are through to the next round. It's a bit nervy out there, wasn't it? You're shaking still, Trish, are you?
I'm shaking and I'm sweating.
OK, well, you just relax for a moment and get the heartbeat down. Amy, who's watching you at home today?
My mum's watching me at home. She's very excited indeed to throw in a party, so I hope I do well and do her proud.
And so, do you think they'll be shouting answers out at the TV and tutting if you don't get things right?
Oh, definitely, yeah. If there's any questions I get seriously wrong, they'll haunt me for the rest of my life, no doubt.
Trish, tell us a little bit about what you get up to in your spare time.
Well, as I said at the beginning of the show, I'm retired, but I prefer to call it liberated because I'm on 24/7 holiday and my husband and I can do exactly as we please.
Good stuff. The money you earned is added to your personal bank. So, Amy, you now have £3,400 and Trish, you have £1,700. That money is safely banked for the final should you get there. Round 3. And we're shutting down another lane. In this round, there's only one danger zone, and the first player to release their ball will control it and can place it anywhere on their opponent's lane. You'll need 5 correct answers to release your ball. Fingers on buzzers. The fictional US president, Josiah Bartlet, is the central character in which TV series? Trish?
The West Wing?
Correct. Swimming, cycling and running are the 3 events... Trish?
Triathlon.
Correct. 3 events contested in which Olympic sport? What class of animals differ from insects in having 8 legs rather than 6? Amy?
Arachnids?
Arachnids is correct. What name is usually given to a painting of an artist by the artist? Amy?
Self-portrait?
Correct. Created by Mark Twain, what is the last name of the character Huckleberry? Trish?
Finn.
Correct. What sometimes disastrous natural event does a seismometer detect? Trish?
Earthquake.
Correct. Trish, one more correct answer and you'll release your ball next. In the 2013 film Saving Mr. Banks, Emma Thompson plays P.L. Travers. Trish?
Mary Poppins.
Correct! You were just in time there. In the 2013 film Saving Mr. Banks, Emma Thompson plays P.L. Travers, battling Disney over the screen rights to which of her books. You said Mary Poppins. That correct answer means you've released your ball and you're rolling next on the yellow lane. Amy, you've been left with the red lane. Back on the yellow lane, Trish. Mixed emotions about this lane?
Practice makes perfect. Maybe this is a good omen.
OK, well, get your ball on the edge in this round, and it's worth £3,000. This time you have 3 rolls, which will be added together, and whoever earns the most money in this round will go through to the final. Trish, you're going to roll first. Where are you going to aim for?
Just to keep it in the lane.
OK. Doesn't seem too ambitious for your first roll. You want to get up the cash zones?
I'll try.
OK, if you're ready, let's roll.
Second time on the yellow lane for Trish. Has she got the measure of its 8.6 metre length?
It's a smooth roll, but is it going to reach the cash zones? No, and that roll scores you nothing. That's not really what you're looking for from your first roll, is it, Trish?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
I've got 2 more.
2 more to come, and you control a danger zone. So you can put it anywhere on Amy's lane, from £100 to £1,300. Where are you going to put it?
Let's put it on 1,000.
Going to put it on 1,000. Why?
Well, if Amy's brave and goes beyond, she'll be extremely lucky and deserve to get what she gets. And on the other hand, it might make her ease off a bit, which gives me a bit more space for my next 2.
Good working out. I like your logic there, Trish. We're going to put that danger zone on £1,000. The value now drops to 0. How do you feel about that, Amy?
That's a good strategy. I think she's made the right decision for her there, definitely.
Has she made the right decision for you? Where were you thinking of going on this red lane?
Hopefully now be able to get it in the middle.
Should we see how you get on with your first roll?
Yeah.
If you're ready, let's roll.
Big hello to Amy's army of supporters watching at her mum's house. Will their support carry her over the line?
Oh, have you done the same thing as Trish, or are you actually going to get on the cash zones? You're going to get on the cash zones, and it keeps on moving. It keeps on moving to £500. Yet again, you've defied our expectations. It reached the cash zones and trickled up to 500. So, after the first roll, Trish, you have nothing, and Amy, you have £500. You've been here before, Trish. You had a roll which scored you nothing the first time in the last round. So where are you going to aim for with this second roll?
I think maybe if I can get to £1,000 or plus, that's as far as I'm brave enough to go, if I can get it there.
Let's see, Trish. Are you ready? Let's roll.
Playing catch-up, Trish now has a target of 4 figures in mind. Taking her time and getting down low.
It's definitely got more pace on it. It's moving up the cash zones to £700. Much, much better, Trish. It gets you back in the game.
Yes.
So, Trish, you've got a choice. You can move the danger zone that you put on £1,000 there for Amy, or you can leave it where it is. Based on what you just rolled, what are you thinking?
I think I would like to bring it down to 900.
Just a couple of cash zones down. Why?
Same strategy as before, really. It's not too far from the edge, but it may make Amy just do what she did last time, which is go a little more gently.
OK, let's move that danger zone down to £900. That's now worth 0, Amy, if you land on that cash zone. Where are you going to aim for now?
I'm just going to try and play it safe and just get a bit more money on the board, and then I'll see what Trisha's third roll is and see what I have to do to make it up then.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Amy's technique really gives her ball plenty of momentum. Can she steer it further up the lane?
Doesn't have a lot of speed on it, Amy. I don't think it's going to reach the cash zones. It doesn't. It scores you nothing. And that means you still only have £500. So, after the second roll, Trish, you have £700 and Amy, you have £500. It's time for the third and final roll in this round. And the balance of power has swung back to you, Trish. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Trish, back in the driving seat, Amy knows she could be in trouble here. Can Trish push herself past the finish line?
It's a big roll. It's moving up those cash zones. Where's it going to stop? It stops on £950, and if we add that to your previous roll, it gives you a total of £1,650. That was just what you needed, Trish. An excellent roll. Do you want to keep your danger zone, Trish, where it is on £900 there for Amy? Or based on what you just rolled, are you going to move it?
I'm going to move it one further down.
To £850?
Yes, please.
OK. Let's move that danger zone down to £850. That is now gone from your lane and replaced with 0, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy, you need £1,200 to guarantee you're through to the next round. That's a big roll.
Yes.
Is the danger zone going to affect you where Trish has just placed it?
It's an added pressure, I think.
If you're ready, let's roll.
Trish has left Amy needing a huge roll. Can she overcome this final hurdle?
It's got more pace. Is it going to be enough pace? It's heading up, it's heading up. It's going over that danger zone. It's trickling, it's moving. It's going to be... Oh, Amy, it looks like the perfect roll, but it's trickled over the edge. And if we add that to your previous rolls, it gives you a total of £500. So, with the 3 rolls added together, Trish has £1,650, but Amy only earned £500. That means, Trish, you take what you've earned to today's final. Please return to your podium. Congratulations. Amy, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing, but you've produced some heart-stopping rolls there. Do you think a few more goes and you might master this?
I think, yeah, a couple more rows and I would have been at the edge every time.
Well, Amy, best of luck with your marathon. Thank you so much for playing today. Bye-bye. Congratulations, Trish. You've made it through to the final, where you'll be playing for all the money you've earned today, a total of £3,350. What would you do with £3,350, Trish?
Well, I'd like to think that I could put it towards a special holiday for my husband and I, cruising on the mighty Mississippi in a paddle steamer.
Sounds fantastic. Tell us about your husband. What's he called?
Oh, he's great. We met, really, because I found him to be, on the dance floor, an absolutely fantastic driver.
Right.
I wanted to learn. I thought I stood no chance, but somehow he invited me onto the dance floor and we're still driving now, and that was more than 20 years ago.
Oh, what's his name, Trish?
His name's John.
John the Driver.
John the driver, yes.
Well, Trish, we wish you all the best. It's the final. And we're shutting down one more lane, which leaves only the red lane. We've removed the cash values from that lane, leaving only the edge, which is now worth all the money you've earned today. Stop your ball on the edge and you'll win £3,350. Go over the edge and you get nothing. But you have a chance to make it easier for yourself by answering some more questions. Each correct answer increases the size of your edge. The more questions you get right, the bigger the edge will be, the easier for your final roll. You have 75 seconds to get as many right as you can. Is everything clear?
It's clear.
Let's put 75 seconds on the clock. Your time will start when I've read the first question. What P was the name of the first Blue Peter dog?
Petra.
Correct. What is 270 divided by 9?
30.
Correct. Schiphol is the main international airport of which European city?
Amsterdam.
Correct. If I were a former Spice Girl with the nickname Baby Spice, what would my real name be?
Emma Bunton.
Correct. Which is the only London Underground station to contain just one syllable?
Bank.
Correct. Rotten Romans and Terrifying Tudors are 2 books in which children's factual series?
Horrible Histories.
Correct. Beginning with S, which German dish is made by fermenting cabbage?
Oh, sauerkraut.
Correct. George Herman Ruth was a sporting legend in which sport?
No, pass.
Baseball. The First World War Memorial, the Menin Gate, is in which Belgian town?
Antwerp.
Ypres. The singer-born Jessica Cornish is better known by which name?
Jessie J.
Correct. In Copenhagen's harbour, there's a bronze statue of which
The Little
Hans
Mermaid.
Christian? Correct. If I was at 221B, time is up.
Sherlock Holmes.
It was Sherlock Holmes, but time was up. The question was, if I was at 221B Baker Street, in which fictional violin-playing detective's house would I be? You'd have known it. It would have added to your total, but I can tell you your total is already a tremendous 9 questions answered correctly. To see what that score has done to the edge, let's take to the lanes for the final time. That was a fantastic effort there, Trish. Every one of your correct answers increases the size of your edge. So shall we put them onto your lane?
It must be done.
OK, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that is an astounding edge, Trish. You've got a choice to make.
Yeah.
You can roll for the full £3,350 with 1 ball and 1 attempt to hit the edge. Or you can take 2 balls, but that means you'll say goodbye to half the money. And you'd only be rolling for £1,675. Or you could take 3 balls, that's 3 attempts to hit the edge, but you'd be playing for a third of the money, which is £1,117. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it would be wonderful just to take the 1 and be able to hit the spot. The sensible side of me says if I go for 2, then if I get the first ball wrong, the second one possibly could be right. I think 3, considering what I've got on the board there, if I haven't got it right in 2, I'm not going to get it right. So
OK.
it grieves me to say it. I'll go for 2.
Definitely?
Yeah.
So you're taking 2 balls and you're rolling for £1,675. I thought somebody who does daredevil activities on their landmark birthdays might do the dangerous thing here, Trish.
I want to be alive to spend it.
Well, hopefully this is not life-threatening, Trish. £1,675 is at stake towards that paddleboat cruise on the Mississippi. It's time to take on the edge for £1,675. Let's roll. It's a good pace. It's definitely going to hit the edge. Is it going to stay on the edge? It is! You made it in 1! Brilliant roll. That was one of your very best rolls of the day. Well done, Trish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you believe it?
I'm relieved.
Relieved.
I would have felt so silly if I hadn't got there.
Well, you got all the way to the final, answering brilliant questions along the way, and you've done it with your first roll. Fantastic work.
Can we do it again?
What will John say?
I think he'll be rather chuffed.
I think he will. He's going to Mississippi. Congratulations, you hit your final edge and you're going home with £1,675.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next time with more new contestants pushing themselves to the edge. Why? Because that's how we roll. Bye-bye.